Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now today is a very exciting day because I do have the latest and most powerful Redmi Note 11 series to date here in the room together with me. So I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on this device. Of course, I have to show you some proof. This is the box itself, the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus 5G, super duper long name, but that's what we have here. If you remember, about 4 or 5 months ago, I actually reviewed the China version, and the local version, the global version, is finally here in Malaysia. So extremely happy to share with you this device here, because based on my experience on the China version, it is actually a very good device, and I actually even compared it to, like Poco F3. It's a very good device. So let's talk about the brand new, latest, most powerful Redmi Note 11 device. Now before I do that, of course, I'm going to show you what came in a box here. This is just really literally just open up, so I'm going to share with you what came in the box. Obviously, we do have this box itself. I do have my Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus here in the forest green version. I'm going to unwrap this especially just in front of the camera for you guys because it's the first time we're opening this device here. So we'll wait for that. Apart from that, we also get a couple of manuals in this little cardboard, and together with that squeegee case. You guys love those. So we're going to put that down for now and check out what else came in the box. Now, obviously, we also get the Type-C cable sitting right here. And last but not least, now this is a very special one because we do get that 120-watt charger in the box. This is going to be super fast here on the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus 5G. Now, let's move on to the device itself, and let's unwrap this guy here right in front of the camera very quickly. Let's take out these plastics. This is like, all right, plastic is out, and we're going to remove that sticker from the back. Come on. There you go, guys. That is the look of the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus. Now check this out. This is again the forest green. There is also another version in like gray or blackish kind of color, but I chose mine in forest green, so it looks great. In terms of the design and all that, again, it's very similar to the previous Redmi Note 11 Pro. The Plus version here does look a little bit different in terms of the camera sensor on the back. The bump here is really emphasizing on the main 108 megapixel sensor, so that's a little bit different, but pretty much entirely the same. Now, what's really cool about this design here is that, again, it does come with this totally matte out back panel, and the good news here is that it is completely free of fingerprints. So you do not have any fingerprints. No matter how oily your hand is, it will be completely clean. Now, apart from that, yes, we still get those flat sides all around the sides here, around the frame. Feels extremely good. You do still have your headphone jack at the top. You have your stereo speakers. At the bottom, you have your Type-C port, and of course, you have the SIM card tray. Now, the SIM card tray here is a dual SIM hybrid kind of SIM card tray. That means you can actually put in a micro SD if you want to expand that memory. Now, since we are talking a little bit on memory, let me share with you the price of this device here, guys. This device here is actually quite expensive here in Malaysia. We do have two variants. The lower variant comes with 6 GB of RAM, and the top variant comes with 8 GB of RAM. Both variants come with the same amount of internal memory, and that is 128 GB, which might not actually be sufficient for you guys. So it's good that the device itself supports the micro SD, card support. All right, so in terms of the pricing, it starts from RM1499 for the lower spec version and 1599 for the 8 GB of RAM version. So you guys let me know if this pricing is too expensive. Honestly speaking, I think it's a little bit higher than expected. But again, Redmi has really spoiled us with, giving us so much, bang for your buck. So I think whether or not it is still worth your money, let's find out a little bit more later on. Alright, so now let's talk a little bit more. One final thing about the design here is that it does come with IP53, splash protection. You can't really put it like fully submerged into water and all that, but it will protect your device, from little bit of droplets of the rain. You're beside the pool, you get splashed and all that, so that will actually protect your device here. Now that we've done talking about the design and the price, let's talk a little bit more about the specifications and what you really need to know about this device. But before I begin that, of course, if you are liking content like this, don't forget to drop a like, sub to the channel. That would be super much appreciated. Thank you guys for that support. Now back to the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus. We're going to talk a little bit about the display at the front because this is actually a very good one. This is actually one of the best displays. Still is one of the best displays on a Redmi Note device. Now we do have a 6.67-inch 1080p Super AMOLED display. The refresh rate here is 120 Hz. The touch sampling rate is 360 Hz. All of these are good numbers, but another best part here is in terms of the brightness levels. It goes all the way up to 1200 nits of brightness. And again, this is definitely very good for those of you who use your phone outdoors most of the time. Even if you are in the car driving using your Waze, your Google Maps and all that, you will be able to see your display perfectly fine. So don't forget, always make sure that the device that you're purchasing has at least 1000 nits of brightness maximum. If not, you will have a little bit of difficulty or challenges looking at the display under the bright sunlight. Alright, now let's talk a little bit more about the performance. What's really in store here, and what is it a bit different from the Redmi Note 11 Pro, the non-plus version? Well, in this guy here, we are using the Dimensity processor. It is the Dimensity 925G. So that means you have the 5G support covered, no issues with that there. In terms of the RAM, like I mentioned earlier on, is 8GB of RAM, LPDDR4X. Again, not the fastest, but fast enough. And in terms of your storage, you have UFS 2.2 storage, which again is not the fastest, but I think it's quite acceptable at this price point. Now, having used all the previous Redmi Note 11 series, and of course, I also used the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus that I mentioned a couple of months back, the China version, what I can say after using this same version here is that this is definitely the fastest, the smoothest Redmi Note 11 series to date. In fact, it's the best Note series from Redmi to date because everything is so much smoother and very much optimized on this guy right here. Now, bear in mind that it is only running MIUI 12.5 point something. It's not even on MIUI 13 yet, but I'm sure the MIUI 13 update will be coming soon and all that. But yes, it is a very smooth device. Launching apps, everything is very fast. Playing games is also very smooth. You can actually go up to quite high graphic settings when you're playing games. Of course, if you're even going to play like Genshin Impact and all that, you still can play on your highest settings, with decent frame rates and all that. But again, if you're just looking for one of the best performance, from a Redmi Note device, this is the one to actually check out. Now, apart from that, I should also highlight the fact that this device here comes with excellent haptics. And what I mean by that is that it comes with the X-axis linear haptics. So that means that everything is actually very crisp. All your interactions with the device itself will feel great. The vibrations are awesome. Great haptics here again on the Redmi Note 11 series. Alright, so now done with the performance, let's take a quick look at what do we have in terms of the camera sensors at the back. Now again, this is just a reminder, this is just a quick look at the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus. I literally just quite unboxed this earlier on, so it's not a full review or anything like that. But in terms of the camera sensors at the back here, you have that triple camera setup. Now this is being led by the 108 megapixel sensor at the back. You also have your 8 megapixel 120 degrees ultra wide sensor, and last but not least, you have that 2 megapixel macro lens. Now if you rewind the time back about a year ago, you guys might actually remember that the Redmi Note 10 Pro came with an awesome 108 megapixel sensor at the back. Now just looking at the statistics here, I find that the specifications for the sensor of the 108 megapixel on this Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus is actually the same with the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So again, I think we are going to expect some very good similar kind of performance coming up from the cameras here, but do wait for the full review, for me to actually share with you the actual photos. Now, moving on, let's talk a little bit about the battery. We do have a 4500 mAh battery at the back here. Actually, if you look at these thickness levels, you might actually expect it to come with a 5000 mAh battery, but not sure why it only comes with 4500. Well, the good news here is that, like I mentioned earlier on, the device does support the 120 watt hypercharge. So apparently it does 0 to 100% in just 15 minutes, guys. That is crazy fast. I think it's one of the fastest, for even at this price point. So very good stuff there from Redmi. Apart from that, I think that's pretty much what I have to share with you guys in this very quick look of the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus 5G. If you guys have any questions or if there are anything else that you want me to test out, let me know so I can, do it in the full review and share with you guys my thoughts, my honest thoughts on it. And yeah, I hope you like this video. Again, don't forget to drop a like, sub to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Stay safe, everybody, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!